Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some more Pittsburgh Steelers tape breakdown and analysis. Want to talk about the ageless wonder that is Cam Heyward at 37 years old, still running strong, and just want to appreciate what he's doing, and we take it for granted. We should not. And even last year, well into his 30s, dude still playing elite level football. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com, would really appreciate that. So just a smattering of clips of Heyward last year, some highlights that caught my attention. This is the wildcard game against Houston, and we're going to see him against the run, known for his size, his strength, his power, his run defense. See him discard the lineman, stack and shed, and make the tackle. Did this all year long. He's done it his entire career, and we just saw him snubbed on that top 10 list of defensive tackles in football. Crazy to me that he's not even 9th or 10th on that list, making plays like this, regardless of age, but especially at his age. Against the left tackle here, he's taking on the block, he's shedding it with really violent hands. Offensive lineman on the ground, fills the gap, and makes a tackle. Nice job by Y.A. Black as well. So more of this. Pittsburgh's run defense was certainly up and down, but if you have Harmon and Black and Heyward, you could have a really good run defense, and Heyward just always a force against the run. Now let's look at Heyward as a pass rusher. This is Miami late in the season going against the left guard. We see him aligned outside shade. He's going to kind of scoop into the gap inside shade, bull rush through the left guard on his way to sacking the quarterback. His bull, his power, his long arm we'll take a look at later in this video. You really see it here too. Just his ability to collapse the pocket. We're seeing from the aerial view on this play, you see him just run that left guard back right into the quarterback's lap, disengage, and then record the sack. Only 3.5 sacks last season, but there were a lot of pressures, a lot of close opportunities, and this is a really good rush. And I love the rush too because, you know, he's aligned outside shade initially, so you know that left guard's going to set wide, protecting the B gap here, and then you have Heyward who's going to attack half man and the inside gap here, so this left guard is overset, sort of opening up the gate here to make that bull rush even more effective. The outside hand into that chest, walking him back all the way to the quarterback's lap. Man, that is grown man stuff. And by the way, got the Watt celebration. Just want to show that real quick too. This is when TJ Watt was still out of the lineup, and there's a little hello TJ Watt celebration for Cam Heyward. Can't lift the leg quite as high, but gotta love that too. Against Buffalo a little earlier in the season, a really bad day for the run defense at large, but Heyward a good rep here, just seeing him win in different ways. We saw him 2-gap and sort of stack and shed here in Pittsburgh's 4-down front, this 4-4 front, try to stop the run. We're going to see him shoot the gap, pass the left tackle, rip under him, and then make the tackle on the running back, James Cook, down here. Big situation, you know, low red zone type of stuff, goal line type of stuff. So we see him penetrate. Think about Heyward as a classic 2-gapper, which he certainly is, but you see him wiggle his way through the gap, rip on through the block of the left guard. Like I said, left tackle earlier, my mistake, but the left guard on this play, and just the power that he has when he hits you. You go down, you go backwards in a hurry. He's done this throughout his career, and James Cook finding that out on this play. Second meeting versus Cleveland. Here is Heyward aligned in the A-gap, and he was called for roughing the passer on this play. I think it was a pretty bad call. It's a body weight call, my least favorite rule in the NFL, but we're going to ignore that. We're going to look at just the rush here, and you see the long arm, you see the power, similar to the Miami clip, him collapsing the pocket here. That long arm, the inside hand this time, that long arm to just run the center back, and you just see the power, the force that he has here. Just stuff you don't see from many guys at any age, but again, a guy that was, 36 in this clip. I mean, it's just that's his signature move. I'd love to know the story of where he sort of learned the long arm or perfected it, or if he watched somebody, or if somebody really coached him up. I mean, obviously, just his brute strength and power is what makes the long arm so effective, but just kind of want to know about his arsenal of tricks, and this is his calling card in the center on this play, finding that out. Look at that right there. I mean, at first, you got kind of a little bit of the double from Batonia before he slides off to Highsmith, and the center's got some time, is in decent position, not much movement here, and then you see Heyward put that outside foot in the ground and just start driving him back the way he's eating up grass on this play with those cleats, and man, it's just, and then he's got left arm in the center. He's got his right arm hugging Sanders. The body weight call, I know, made this play an unfortunate ending, but I mean, literally one arm on the center, another arm on the quarterback. It's fun to watch. I'm jumping around a good bit here, but week 18 against Baltimore, this might have been one of Heyward's best games of his whole career. And obviously there was so much on the line here. Winner wins the division, goes to the postseason, loser goes home, and Heyward played like a man possessed. And you see him work down the line, the zone stretch run by the Ravens, by Derrick Henry, and Heyward able to flow, get off the block, and make the tackle on Henry before this run really gets out. And again, at his age, you'd expect, oh, this guy's slowing down, or those who say just a power guy can't really move anymore. I mean, he's moving well and tracking Henry on the zone run. It's just the stuff that's really, really rare for anyone at the position. And you see him just be able to fight through the blocks. He's playing inside out here and cuts off Henry before he can really get vertical and be Derrick Henry and be the threat that Derrick Henry is. And so it's good team run defense overall, but this is a great play by Heyward. I really like this rep too. Maybe one of my favorites, and it might look a little awkward and not necessarily gaudy, but the way that he's able to flow and still hold the point of attack and sort of keep this run horizontal and down the line is really, really impressive. And he's doing this against Ronnie Stanley too. The Ravens left tackle, who when healthy is a really good left tackle. And so I think this play is just terrific. I mean, it's tough to flow laterally, to be able to still stay gap sound and not get reached, and have the strength to hold the point of attack. He does both here, and Henry sort of trips, but obviously Heyward is not creating an easy lane for Henry to cut up into, and obviously he's still staying lateral here. I don't know. Maybe you guys think differently. I think it's really impressive to hold the point of attack here while you're working down the line, sort of combining both principles of being gap sound while still playing strong. I mean, out here in all this kind of space, they're out on the numbers, not like in the box here. And man, I think it's a really good play. I think Heyward did get credit for the tackle on this one, but I think it's really remarkable, even if it's not maybe as flashy as others. Other guys, Billy Harrison doing his thing too on Ricard, that's nice, but Heyward just kind of showing the combination of everything is really standing out to me. Continuing the theme of Heyward playing great ball down the stretch when Pittsburgh needed it the most, the upset win over Detroit. This is early in the game. It's a little goal line, low red zone wrinkle to St. Brown, and Heyward saves a touchdown on this play. Really, Heyward alone, even though he did not technically make the tackle, he made the play. So you have this, we'll run it through, this sort of end around to St. Brown, sort of this open-handed fake, kind of reverse back. I don't know what you want to call it here, but just a little, receiver run, kind of wind back type of play, and everyone's full. The whole line is going the wrong way. The edge rusher can't make the play. You got safety's eyes. They're all taking the cheese. Only one man sees where this ball actually is going, and that's 97. He turns that run back inside to his help, and someone else makes the tackle. I think Sawyer got in there. But if Heyward is fooled like everybody else, then St. Brown has the edge easily. No one's going to make a play. This is a walk-in touchdown. Heyward sees it. I don't know how he saw it, and turned it back in. They get the stop, and Detroit did not score. I think they went for it on 4th and goal. They did not convert, so they lost points, had 0 in a game that ended up being really close and coming down to the last play, that crazy lateral to Goff and the OPI and all that kind of stuff. So really impressive high IQ play from Cam Heyward. Saved a touchdown and probably in hindsight saved the game. The last couple clips I want to look at is Heyward's impact that goes beyond just his play. I think the best players, offense or defense, are those force multipliers that make everybody else better because their skill set demands attention, or what they do just has havoc on the offense as a whole that opens up opportunities for others. And so Heyward gets no box score credit on this play, but this is the safety sack that Kyle Duggar had. We're going to play through in the end zone on Jared Goff, and look at all the attention that Cam Heyward gets. I know they're running a game here. You got Heyward crashing to the inside. You got Duggar blitzing as well, but 3 Lions blocking Cam Heyward. And maybe there was some confusion on their part. I'm sure the intent was not literally to triple team Cam Heyward, but you got the left tackle, the left guard, and the back. Heyward is occupying all of them and that leaves Duggar free for a clean rush, sack, and safety on Jared Goff. And so a triple team here that Heyward absorbs, allows others to make plays. Heyward won't get an ounce of credit in a box score 10 years from now. You're not going to remember, if you're reading the game log, Heyward's impact, but stuff like this is hard to calculate, but it is so valuable. He's freeing up others to make plays, for this defense to make plays and pull off upsets like the win over Detroit. Kyle Duggar made a lot of plays thanks to Cam Heyward, and this is one of his old tricks, and I'm sure somebody will yell at me for exposing it. He's been doing it for a long time. It's subtle, don't yell at me. You're going to see the pressure that forces the throw over the middle, the hurry throw. Duggar picks it off, pick six. Huge play here, but I want to go back and watch Cam Heyward on this one. And they're running a stunt here, and Hayward's been the king of this, man. He has done this so well over the years. Just going to watch it through against 63. Heyward is slanting down here into the A-gap. They're going to be looping around. Herbig is around him, and Heyward knows, he's not the primary rusher, you could say. The intent is to get Herbig free, and he does not want the left guard to be able to pick up the stunt and be able to come off Heyward and pick up Nick Herbig. And watch Heyward sort of put that right outside arm around 63, the left guard, sort of bear hug him, that pins him and does not allow him to be able to come off the block. The center is now working to Heyward in this stunt pickup. Once the center engages, 63 should be able to come off of that and take Herbig, and they're going to pick this thing up clean, keep the pocket for Joe Flacco. But because Heyward he's holding 63, obviously. He can't get off that. He's trying to. He can't in time. And then Herbig gets free. There's pressure from Watt as well. Flacco makes a poor throw over the middle right into Duggar's arms. And so Heyward's the one who really created the pressure that Herbig generated on this play. Watt, obviously, with a good rush off the edge as well. But Heyward has been the king of this stuff. These little subtle pulls and tugs, and it's just, a ref's not going to call it 99% of the time. He's not going to see it. Heyward also smartly disengages once Herbig gets through. He's not going to hold on to the left guard the whole time to make it look super obvious. Disengage right there. So left guard, he's coming off. He just was late to the stunt. Well, he was held, but Herbig with a clean free rush. Duggar, the interception, the pick six the other way, and watch Heyward running this one down, too. I think he knows that he helped this play. Typically, these old heads, they're not running all the way to the end zone. They're going to go to the sidelines. They're not going to celebrate with all these young kids down here, but Heyward definitely joining in on this play. So just little tricks of the trade, like hold the left guard on the stunt so the looper can get in free to force a bad throw in a pick six the other way in a big-time divisional win to split the series against the Bengals. This is just a small, veteran savvy stuff. I know it's super, not obscure, but so specific, but I love this kind of stuff. You really have to watch the tape to see it. And man, Heyward, that play, he's been doing it for a long time. I remember when Bud Dupree was getting all his sacks, a number of times that, Heyward would sort of hold somebody on a stunt that would free up Dupree. It's just, this stuff has been in his tape for a long, long time. It's really, really cool. Don't see many other guys do it the way that Heyward does it, and it pays big dividends. Finally, Heyward's effort might be his calling card and true defining trait. You won't find many defensive linemen who play with more hustle and heart and chase than Heyward. And again, a guy that's 36 doesn't quote-unquote have to be doing these things like chasing down a receiver 10 yards downfield to try to make the tackle. It's been part of his whole career, and so it's nothing new for Cam Heyward. This was all passed down from Aaron Smith, a great effort player, Brett Kiesel, what defensive line coach John Mitchell taught, but Heyward has no business to even be near this play. Didn't officially get the tackle. It all went to Darius Slay on this one, but you just love the heart and the hustle, and I'll show you in a second that the younger guys feed off of that, and they say, if Heyward's doing all this crazy running downfield, then I need to as well, and it really sort of sets the tone and is real true leadership of following my actions. This ball, even when it's caught, Heyward is not even close, not even in the picture, and he chases it down. And for all he knows, Peyton Wilson's going to make this tackle. The assumption is Wilson makes the tackle. I don't got to chase it down and tire myself out, but Heyward's going to go chase after it anyway, and really does help on this play, even though he did not officially get the tackle. And I point that play out to show you later in the game. Here's first-round pick Derek Harmon doing very similar. High effort, chase the ball downfield, doesn't need to be making this play, and he makes the tackle, gets credit for the tackle on this play. And so you watch the 36-year-old running like crazy downfield. I'm a first-round pick. I'm going to follow suit. If Cam's doing it, I'm doing it too. And Harmon has really good effort here to make the tackle. I'm sure Tyler Warner has not been tackled by many defensive linemen 10 yards downfield in his career, but it does happen here. Harmon, no hesitation, balls out, looking for the ball, chasing it, making the play, and a really, good tackle too, because if he doesn't make the tackle, Warren, he's probably got some space here. He jukes out Wilson. He's got some space. He's a big guy with a runway. Watch him at his Penn State days. And so really kind of a key tackle by Harmon as well. But you see the effort, whether it's been him or Benton plays with really good effort. Just go through the lineage of Steelers defensive linemen. They've all had unbelievable effort. Tuitt was crazy athletic, but also super, super high motor. And so it just really permeates to the rest of that D-line room when Heyward's chasing the ball. And it's just, I think, a unique standout trait that he has that many, even other great defensive linemen have not shown this kind of unbelievable chase just anywhere on the field. So I know most people, Steeler fans, know how good and great Cam Heyward has been throughout his career, but seeing him snubbed on that top 10 list really made me want to do this video all the more to show that even last year, the numbers may not have been his best, box score season ever, 3.5 sacks, but it still was a great year. There's still so much value, and Pittsburgh will need that in his age 37 season in 2026. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.